Lane doesn't go for it.
Yeah, he was trying to trap him a little bit, and David's going to win this pot.
He turns up the 2 pair, and he wins the pot.
And look at Lane making him sweat, pretending like he had it. And, of course, playing games with David Chu.
Now, give Lane Flack credit there, though. Normally, he's an attacking, aggressive player. That time he checked after David checked, trying to trap him every time. Lane didn't go for it.
Wow.
His timing is impeccable.
Well, he knows he's got that sixth sense.
You're going to have a lot of problems with me.
Great poker player, Lane Flack. All right, Jerry looks at a 4-8. He's going to go out. David Chu has picked up ace-10 of diamonds. That's a huge hand in this position.
It's a very nice hand. And look, he just calls. He doesn't raise with it.
Bad boy Lane is just going to call it.
Now here's Lane. He checks also, and he has an ace-high.
Ace-6. Yeah.
Now that's pretty amazing to me.
Here comes the flop.
Neither one of these guys raised with an ace in a heads-up game.
Look at this flop.
Crazy 8s. 3 8s have come up on the flop.
Now what do you do?
Well, if you're Lane, you almost have to think ace-high is the best hand right here.
Now, don't forget you play your best 5 cards. Your 2 in the hand, and there'll be 5 in the middle.
And David Chu comes up betting $15,000. Lane quickly says all in.
All in?
Now, Lane thinks his ace-high is the best hand right here. And now look at David Chu. Now, he is put to the test right here. He has the best hand with ace-10. But is he going to call all his money? If he's wrong and loses this pot, he's out of this tournament.
I call.
No. Now, folks,
and he calls.
He's calling.
David Chu thinks his ace-10 is the best hand. What a great call right here by David Chu.
It's an amazing call.
It's ace-10 versus ace-6. Now, the only way David Chu can lose this pot is if a 6 comes off the deck.
Here it comes.
Whoa!
A 6!
Look at this. A 6 comes off. Lane Flack has outdrawn David Chu.
Oh.
If David doesn't catch a 10, he is out of this tournament or the case 8.
This is a sickening.
Tie. Oh, look at David.
It's going to work.
I'll tell you, you got to feel heartbreak for David Chu right there.
Oh, this isn't poker. This is Russian roulette. That was ridiculous.
David Chu made a great bet on the flop. He made a great call when Lane Flack moved all in on him. He thought he had the best hand. He did so. He really played unlucky to lose this pot, Vince.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. That is such a tough beat.
And Lane Flack outdraws another guy that he busts.
How do you feel right now?
A little depressed, but I'm disappointed, right? Go all in with the best hand. Well, that's poker.
We're going to take a little break. We're heads up. WPT Invitational. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the WPT Invitational. So far, poker player and tournament reporter Andy Glazer finished in 6th place, busting early in the tournament, taking an ill-fated stab at chip leader Lane Flack in an attempt to break away from the pack. Lane continued to sit comfortably on his mountain of chips, waiting out the storm while the other 5 veterans took their respective shots. Tony Ma was next on the cutting block, going all in against Lane as he made his play for the pot. Men the Master took the reins but lost control in an all-in battle against David Chu, busting out in 4th place. David then went for the gold but found no glory, going head-to-head in an all-in fight with Flack, getting knocked out in 3rd place. Finally, Lakers owner and tournament favorite Jerry Buss continues to put up a solid fight for the celebrity contingency, proving his power as a winning team owner and poker player. And now, back to the heads-up clash, as only one of these 2 titans will walk away with $100,000 in cash and the WPT title.
Well, Vince, we're down to it. The cash is on the table, the trophy's on the table, the equivalent of the NBA Finals. It's head-to-head for the title.
Look at that cash. Actually looks like Jerry got pickpocketed there. But hey, here he goes, heads up. And Jerry's got a 5 ace, and When your heads-up ace is pretty good.
It's very good, but he just calls, Vince. He does not raise here.
Lane's got a deuce-queen offsuit. Here we go with the flop. Well, Jerry's going to check with his ace-high. Now, Lane's picked up a pair of deuces.
It's gone check, check. And a king turns off. Now this gives Lane a pair of deuces and an inside straight draw.
Jerry checks to him.
And Jerry checks the ace-high.
He's giving him a license to steal here.
And Lane bets.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
But did you have a deuce?
He shows the ace-high. And Lane picks up the pot. Now, Vince, right here, you know, I believe Jerry Buss has got to recognize he's got to raise and force Lane to make decisions before the flop.
Come on, you're nitpicking it. What the heck does he care? The man owns the Lakers. He owns Los Angeles. You know, Mike, it's truly amazing to see the people that showed up for this tournament. I mean, have you ever seen anything quite like this?
Well, you're right about that, Vince. Let's go to Shauna and meet some of these celebrities.
I've had the best time these past few days watching celebrities and world championship poker players go heads up. You got to check this out. What do you get when you mix superstars of the poker world with some of Hollywood's biggest icons? You get one big star-studded poker event.
It'll be cool to play against the best guys. I think I'll be out in probably a half an hour or I'll make the final table.
My strategy today is to show a little discipline because, I mean, these guys have the patience of sharks.
And on their faces, no expression at all. And they play with their chips. I don't trust them, any of them.
Though many of today's celebrity invites do play in home games, our world-class poker pros were more than happy to give them a lesson or two in the art of tournament poker.
Most of the celebrities came up and thanked me for helping, teach them the game.
I was getting tips from Bill Helmuth.
It's a great combination of celebrities and legends, and they were all very helpful.
They kick your ass, but they are so willing to give tips.
But I'll tell you, it's difficult for a celebrity to come along and compete against the top players in the world.
It's my turn? Check.
What are you gonna do? You'll get in the next 10. They gave award-winning performances in this tournament, but as the curtain closed, it became pretty obvious this wasn't going to be a Hollywood ending, as our celebs began to drop one by one. So what's it feel like to be the first one out?
Well, it feels great. I like it, huh?
So what are you going to do now?
I'm gonna go home.
Those chips, it bugged me playing with them all the time, so I just decided to give them all away and come say, hi, how you doing?
Hi, good, how are you?
I suck.
In the end, only poker's fittest would survive to take their seat at the WPT final table. A gathering of mostly elite players, except for one, the Lakers owner, Jerry Buss.
Tournaments are fun because it requires absolute concentration, and that gives me the ability to forget all my other problems.
Well, Vince, at this stage, Lane Flack has a big lead with about $950,000 in chips, as opposed to Jerry Buss's $95,000. But who would have believed one of our celebrities could have come down to play heads up for this title?
Well, when I come in, I'm going to have the big hand then, don't you?
No. I'm a stubborn person.
And let's take a look at his hand. He's got a 4-5 this time, offsuit. And Lane's going to call with a king and a 4. Here we go with the flop.
Flop comes king, jack, 10, 2 spades. They both check.
Okay, well, Lane's picked up a pair of kings, and they both check. Lane's trying to trap a little bit there, maybe.
The deuce comes off on the turn.
Jerry checks again. Lane plays
checks
very softly.
Now, a pair of deuces.
What's Jerry going to do?
It's up to Jerry. Now, Jerry has absolutely nothing. A 4 and a 5 here.
Oh, look at this.
Look at this. He's betting $10,000.
He got him to bite.
Lane quickly calls him. He has caught the owner of the Lakers with his hand in the cookie jar here.
Oh, yes, he has.
I'll tell you, Jerry Buss was traveling on that play, Vince.
That's...
He got the turnover there, I'll tell you that.
That's his first discouraging move there.
Well, I like the move.
I do, too.
I like that Jerry Buss is taking an aggressive mode to try to steal a pot off Lane Flack. You know, he lost that pot, but I like the fact that he's making an effort to try to win some pots here.
If you like it so much, how come you're screaming?
Well, that's why I like it. Well, Vince, who would have thought one of our celebrities would get down to heads up to play for this title?
I tend to play the very best there is because there's no thrill to me to beat just average players. I like to go up against the best.
Here's Lane on the button this time. Now look, Lane's picked up a nice hand.
King 10 he's got. But Jerry's also got an interesting hand, Jack 9 of hearts.
That's the kind of hand you want to see flops, and Jerry's going to look at a flop, and here we go. That's a nice flop for Jerry. Comes 9-4 deuce with 2 diamonds. So Jerry Buss has flopped the top pair here.
And you say Jerry, he's going to come out and bet it.
And look at this. Lane has called 15,000. What an amazing call by Lane Flack right here.
Basically nothing.
Now the board pairs 4s.
And here he goes again.
That's it. He's not fooling around. No more free cards
and
for Lane this time.
Look at the body language from Jerry Buss.
Hey, right now he's like Shaq. He's backing the guy in back to the basket right here.
Security hasn't came around yet?
What is Lane thinking about doing here with King High?
He's got to go out.
Nothing. He throws it away.
This is a great little run for Jerry Buss. The man is still alive here. Heads up. Stay tuned. We're in Los Angeles for the WPT Championship on the World Poker Tour. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. Talk about confidence. This guy could make Muhammad Ali seem shy. Now, this is interesting, Mike. Jerry's picked up ace, king, big slick, and he's just calling it.
No, I don't like that play. I don't like letting Lane see free flops.
And here it comes.
9, 7, 6, 3 suits. Now, here comes Jerry leading out with ace, king.
Okay, here he comes.
Into a very dangerous flop for his hand.
Lane's calling with an inside straight draw. That's it.
Look at this. The 10-3 of diamonds. Lane calls.
Jerry's going to check it this time.
Jerry checks. And look at this. Lane bets 20,000.
Jerry quickly throws it away, Mike.
And Lane shows him the 10-3.
Don't make it that easy.
Don't make it that easy, he says. Woo.
10 deuce?
No. You know what I laid down?
What?
Don't lie, Jerry.
6.
Ace, king.
We know what you had, Jerry.
Wait, lay down. Because you know I'm going to get there.
Another turnover right there by Jerry Buss, in my opinion. Well, Vance, Jerry Buss allowed himself to get outplayed that time by Lane Flack.
But he is heads up here, going for the gusto.
This may be a good hand here.
Look at this. Jerry's picked up a real hand, a pair of 9s.
He just limps in on the button, and look at this. Lane has raised it 36,000.
Jerry's going all in. He trapped the man. The crowd loves it.
Yes, they do. They know that he's trapped him somewhat.
Now, Lane has an ace-5. I mean, he can still call this hand.
Well, it's only 51,000.